Good morning, everybody. It's a rainy day in Florida, so this is the perfect time to swim out to Sleeve Island. And some of you had asked about how I do my sleeves on two circs, and so I'm going to show you. This is a sweater that I'm working on. This is actually the back of the sweater, and I'm going to start knitting down the sleeves. It's on, the yarn is Plucky Traveler Sport. The color is Before You Go Go, which is a very bright color, but because it's on the Traveler, it is quite a bit more heathered. So, yes, I'm wearing a crown. I pick my stitches up starting at the underarm, and I pick up the stitches and then put these back on the needle that have been on hold, and I put all the way up to the center of the sleeve cap. So I've got half of my stitches on one circular needle. Then I pick up the other half of my stitches and do my underarm adjustments, whatever your pattern calls for, and I put the second half stitches on a second circular needle. Now I'm ready to start my row, which the start of my row is under the arm. So I put a little pin here to mark so that when I'm going round and round and round like a crazy person, I know that when I get down here to this start of the row, that's where probably the decreases are going to happen. So I've got that marked so that it pops out and I can see it and I don't just go off crazy. At the start of my row, I'm going to be working with just this needle. The second needle is just kind of hanging out here, just floppy. He's out of my way. So to do the ones on the first needle, I'm going to push all of the stitches down to the tip to get ready to knit. And I'm going to knit these stitches with the back of the first needle. So now you're going to have to sit here while I knit 30-some stitches till I can tell you what to do next. So I'll just knit as fast as I can, which usually means it goes slower than I would like. But we'll get here to the center where all of the stitches on the first needle have been knit, and I'll be at the center, more or less, of my sleeve cap. Okay. La 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 la. Here we go. About 10 more to go. We'll get to this center section in just a second here. I should probably tell a joke or something while I'm occupying myself. Okay, so now I've completed the first needle and I'm at the center right here and I'm ready to go on to the second needle. So I'm going to pull all these stitches that I've just knit and make sure that they're all on the cable because they're going to just hang out now and rest. Give a little half turn here. Now I'm ready to start working on the second needle. So I'm going to push all of those stitches up to the tip of the needle to put them into working position. And a lot of times, about every 3 or 4 rows, what I'll do is I want to make sure that I don't leave any gaps or create any ladders in there. So when I get to that midsection and I'm going to change needles, I give it a good tug and tell all of the stitches to sit down, play nicely with their neighbor, and just relax. So now I'm going to pick up the end of my second needle. My stitches are on the tip of my second needle. And get on there. I'm going to take that last stitch from the first needle that I worked, and I'm going to kind of pull him down tight. Not strangle him, but just make sure he's kind of sitting on that cable a little tighter than the rest of the guys. Because when I come over here and start the first stitch on the second needle, there's going to be a little bit of slack in there, and by pulling that first guy tight and letting the slack of the first stitch on the second needle, when I do that little tugging to get them back into order, that's going to just kind of even itself out, and I'll be left with no ladders, no gaps. It might take you a little bit to kind of get your own tension right. But then I'm going to continue on with this needle until I get down to the start of the row, and that's where I'm going to do my decreasing. And I don't have to worry about stretching these stitches. I can't knit on the 16 inches, 16-inch circs. They just don't work for me. And I do get ladders with the with DPN. So this works really well for me. Hope it works for you too. See ya. Bye.